And hi everybody, welcome to our coverage of the 9th Annual Northwest Miniature Bull Riding Finals. Peter Young along with Skeeter Nordahl, a man who's done just about everything in the sport of rodeo. And today, Skeeter, we got some great young athletes who are competing in bull riding in a way that allows them to be really successful.
Yeah, the Mini Bull Riding Finals is part of an association where these young kids get to ride miniature bulls, and that's a big step in advancement of them. Is that in the past they used to have to ride steers and then go right from that to the big bulls, and them big bulls were just too much, and they'd get drilled and get hurt. And so with this mini bull, they're able to kind of have some success in it, and it's really important.
A lot of these young men competing today in Helena come from parents who have been champions in rodeo, and many of these young guys, we may see them at the finals one day.
You bet. We have some past champions from here. Keyshawn Whitehorse, he was out of Colorado in 2010. He won the championship. Right now he's in the high school association, one of the top in the nation in the bull riding. We have Parker Bredding going to the national finals this year, and I'm from Montana. We expect big things from him this year.
It's going to be a great day of action in Helena. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll pick up the action as they try and qualify for the short round.
This holiday, Ford, America's best-selling brand, is giving you more. It's the Ford Holiday Sales Event, featuring 0% financing for 60 months on the Built Ford Tough 2015 F-150 and Super Duty. That's big savings on the best-selling trucks for 38 years straight. Legendary toughness. It's the best gift ever. Now during the Ford Holiday Sales Event, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus no payments until March on F-150 or Super Duty. See your local Ford store today.
As the saying goes, it takes a village. But we think there's more to it than that. At First Interstate Bank, we've come to realize that sometimes all it takes is a single person. A smile, a handshake, a tip of the hat, and the knowledge that you can count on them to be by your side. That things are going to be done and done right. Being a part of our community, it's bigger than banking. It's you and I together.
My name's Charlie, and I've been rodeoing for about 12 years. You learn to love it, and you grow up with it all the time, and you have to get hooked on a rodeo by somebody, and that's your family. When I lost my granddad, it was pretty rough. Everybody loved him so much, and if he didn't smoke, he'd probably still be here. Athletes try to stay in the best of shape as they can, and smoking's not going to get you there.
So I decided to stand up and help the Montana rodeo that I love break away from tobacco.
Back at the Northwest Miniature Bull Riding Finals, we're now set for the third round for the junior Skeeter. Those are the boys 9 to 11 years old.
Yeah, we started with 20, and now we're going to work it down to try to get down to the top 6 for the short round.
And first up, Caden Fitzpatrick out of Polson, Montana, riding Spook. And there you see he got a 66 in the first round, got bucked off in the second.
Yeah, he's riding Spook, which is out of the Howell Miniature Bucking Bulls. His father and mother, Zane and Sandy, he currently finds himself in 4th place.
Looking pretty good here. Got to get to 8 seconds. He's a lefty. And he got it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ride. Going to get him off here safe and sound. Let's see if we can, we'll go back here and take a look at this. This bull is kind of covering some ground out here, but you watch how he's kind of out over him. He's using his hands. He kind of gets breaking at the hips like they say you're supposed to, and he's just using that bull for what that bull gives him, and that's a pretty good controlled ride.
Yeah, high fives all around. He gets a 68, and so with those two scores, he moves into first place at 134.
Yeah, hopefully that'll get him back to the short round.
Hagen Foster up next out of Idaho Falls, Idaho, son of Mandy and Jim Foster.
Yeah, he says he kind of got hooked on bull riding from the very first ride. This bull's a lot like that other bull, but look at the form and the style. He kind of got into the fence there and kind of hard on a knee right there. Well, let's take a look at this in slow motion. He's staying on his rope pretty good, getting out over the bull, taking the power away from him, and pretty good form. He kind of gets in trouble right here as that bull kind of hits him on the fence, but it looks like he probably got through the ride.
And so they give him a 63. That is his first scored ride. Puts him in 5th right now. He's kind of on the bubble. Remember, you got to be top 6 to move on. That's where Hayden Welsh wants to be at Gillette, Wyoming.
Yeah, his mom and dad, Sonny and Bobby Welch. Bobby's a national finals qualifier many times. This bull's a little quicker than them other ones we've been seeing, and boy, he's just sitting right there, not moving in one little bit. That's a nice little ride right there. And I think he's happy for it, and so gives a high five to the. He's kind of a little scared of the bull might get to him. That bull he got on his record out of the Howe miniature bucking string. Watch this bull, the ride itself. The bull kind of gave him a little Sunday, kind of went left, kind of went right, but he just sat right in the middle of him. You watch his feet, he's got a good hold of him, his arms in good position. This bull's a little quicker than those others. I'd expect the score just to be probably between the two.
Giving thanks, appreciative for getting a good bull, and he gets a good score as well. So a 70.5 to go with that 64. So Hayden moves into first place.
That moves him right to the top. I expect to see him in the short round.
Next up, another Wyoming kid, Derek Grant out of Jackson. Skeeter, the only athlete to have 2 scored rides in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, and he's got a pretty good bull called Peachy out of the Wicked Spur Mini Buckers. With only 2 clean rides through this first round, he'd like to get a third one, that's for sure. Move him right to the top. Now this bull's got some pretty good action there at first, but you see him getting in trouble. Now he brought his score down a little bit right there, but at least he got out safe.
And as long as you're hanging on, hand on the rope, you can be on top or sideways.
That's
it's still
right.
a scored ride.
As long as you haven't disqualified yourself, and that means your hand's in the rope. As you see here, this bull was really good at first, and then he kind of takes off a little bit, and Derek gets himself off to the side, and so that his score is probably going to drop, both because of the bull and both because he was kind of off to the side. But he got his third one.
So the only athlete now with 3 scored rides, got a pretty good shot of moving on to the short round. Probably move on as the leader he does by a long shot, yeah. 187.5. So he is the man to beat right now. Spur Owens out of Tossin, Montana is up next. He's riding a little late. Before we get to his ride, let's go down to the arena floor. He is with Charlie Cody.
Okay, we're talking to Spur Owens this last round of the finals. And where are you from, Spur?
I'm from Townsend, Montana.
All right, how long have you been riding?
For about 3 years.
Awesome. Is there a rodeo history in your family?
Oh yeah, it's been going on for a long time, since my dad's been in high school. And
that is a long time ago. Yeah. So if you could have tonight go just perfect, what would it look like for you?
Well, I would like to be the first Montana kid to ever win the finals, and I'd just like to make it to the short go and win the saddle.
I believe in you. I think it's going to be you. Yeah? All right, thanks, Spur.
All right, thanks, Charlie. Here we go, Skeeter.
Yeah, Spur's got a bull called Little 8 out of the Casperson miniature bucking bull, and you could hear in his voice he's intense. He wants to ride this bull. He wants to get that first Montana title, and Spur's doing a pretty good job. Just a little bigger bull, and he's doing a good job of staying right up there. I think gets out safe. It's not really the best way to get off, throw a leg over and bail, but you can see he's pretty excited in front of the hometown fans. But you see right there, he was a little off his rope, got back on, bull turns back, and he moves forward, and he really has a controlled ride right here. Does a good job. Bullfighters get in there, and he gets off.
And he's got the celebration down pat as well. You got to be top 6 to move on to the short go or the short round. And so with his scored ride looking pretty good, there it is, 65 to go with the 56. Right now, he's kind of on the bubble in fourth.
That's right. He needs a little help from other riders, but at least he did what he could do.
Cooper Jacobs is out of Saratoga Springs, Utah.
Yeah, Cooper's got a bull called Candy Crush from the Casperson string again, and his parents, Chris and Kay, are here probably watching, and his dad's a bull rider, so he probably knows a little bit about what he's doing. This bull, he's also a pretty good bull. He jumping, kicking pretty good, and he's sitting out right up there. He's kind of a little fella, though. Nice ride. Oh, that's the one thing about it. Those bulls are just like any bulls. They'll kind of get after you if you're not careful there. You watch him, he's sitting up, getting over, breaking, staying on his rope, getting some good feet holds. This pretty good style right there. I think we'll see more of him. and he's excited.
Yeah, you gotta like that ride. Good dismount as well. The bullfighters
Oh,
doing
there
their
we
job.
go.
There's
I
the
told you he
dance.
was excited.
Does he get to add points for that?
No points.
Well, you take a look at his score, 71. So he wins the third round, and with that score, moves into the top 6. So that right there, those are your 6 young bull riders who move on into the finals
That's
of the
right.
short round.
I think we're going to have quite a competition between them top 4. They all got at least 2 rows.
Back in Helena, the Northwest Miniature Bull Riding Finals continues. It's the seniors division up next. Those young athletes, 12 to 14 years old. Skeeter, first round won by the bull riders, but the bulls got the best of them in the second round.
Yeah, again, we started with 20 and down, trying to get down to that short round 6, and them bulls were ranked in that second round.
It is tight in the top 6. First up, Riley Anderson out of Rigby, Idaho, riding for Team Wyoming.
Yeah, he's riding the bull called Ringo from the Howell Miniature Bucking Bulls. You know, he's a pretty good rider. He's been doing this for about 4 years, and his family's involved in it. You can see the difference from the juniors to the seniors in the bulls. The bulls are a little faster. They kind of buck a little harder, and you're right there, that turn back was a lot faster than the ones in the junior event. So
Good looking ride.
You bet. Now we'll kind of watch him, and he's kind of staying out over his rope when the bull's jumping and kicking, and then he gets some really good hold with his feet. The bull kind of right here takes off, but then as you kind of watch it and he takes a quick turn back, this bull rider's right there, and he's made a real quality ride. I expect pretty good score out of this.
So he had a 0 for the first 2 rounds, so that's 71, puts him second overall behind Anthony Herrera, who is still right here in the third. Now set for our defending champion, Colton Fritzland out of Rifle, Colorado, rides for Team Wyoming, and he likes to give all the glory to the Lord. Right now, he is with Charlie Cody.
We're here with Colton Fritzland, and he is one of our senior cowboys this year. And Colton, where'd you come in from this year?
I came in from Team Wyoming this year.
Okay, and how many times have you been here to the Northwest Miniature Bull Riding?
The first year I was here, I was like 8 years old. So
And how old are you now?
15.
All right, so this will be your last year with us. Is there a rodeo history in your family?
Yes, ma'am. My dad's a professional steer wrestler, and I have rodeo families on both sides. My mom and dad, my uncles rode bucking horses, and yeah.
Awesome. So this is a tradition for your family for sure. Great news. And have you got any bulls covered this weekend?
Yeah, I rode my first round bull, and I third in the round, I think, and then I got bucked off last night.
All right, so you're sitting right in there with about everybody else, and good chance to bring the hardware home. All right, good to have you here, Colton.
Thank you.
All right, Colton, he's on blacklist from the Diamond M Mini Bucking Bull String, and he would like to get a good ride to come back into the short round. This bull, look at this bull turn back. This is a nice little bull for him to get on, and again, it's a little faster than the junior bulls, and that was a really good ride. Colton stayed up in the middle of him, and watch, watch, he doesn't move an inch off his rope. Good feet, reaching out over the front of him, making a nice move with his free arm. And you don't see any movement off of his rope. That is a really good ride. I almost expect to see Colton moving up.
Well, you can tell that's a young teenage kid who's been riding bulls a very long time.
Definitely. You can tell why he's a past champion.
Yeah, he likes it.
Yeah, you can tell.
There you go. Moves him into first place at 139.66 in the first round, and now a 73. Top score in this third round. Next up, Anthony Herrera, also out of Idaho from Grandview, rides for Team Utah.
Yeah, he's riding Dr. Thunder from the Casperson Miniature Rodeo Bulls, and riding for Team Utah. They're able to ride. These kids can go from Idaho, Utah, Colorado, or Wyoming, Colorado, Montana. They can ride in different states. They can only qualify from the state in which they're actually riding at. Anthony's making a pretty good ride here with this bull. This bull's a little bigger than the other two we saw. He kind of gets him into the fence, and they're right there. See, those bullfighters, they do a good job. He didn't realize Anthony was off, and he went in there to try to hang him. And so again, let's take a look at Anthony here.
That's a big
really
bull,
staying
too.
on him. Yeah, but you can see the difference. They're not quite as big as the really big ones, but they still have a lot of power, and they really make these kids work. It was a good ride for Anthony.
You got to love those bullfighters, too, stepping in to try and help him out. A little bit banged up, but perhaps a good score will help solve some of the issues he's got here with the fans applauding for this. Look at this. We got a tie at the top at 139, Fritzland and Herrera. Raleigh Johnson's out of Ryrie, Idaho, rides for Team Wyoming, and right now, Skeeter, he's on Bert.
Bert, yeah, he comes from the Wicked Spur mini bucking bulls, and his parents and his family, they're involved in a ranch. And this bull's a little different. Some of them others, he turned back right there and didn't get very far. But Raleigh made a really good ride, stayed right where he's supposed to be. You know, see how quick this bull turns back. He's looking back, and big horns on this bull. Makes this kid sit up and just try to make a good ride right here, and watch the bullfighters. They'll come in, and there you go, and get him out. And he knows right there's his chance. When the bull turns back away from his arm, he gets off into it. That's excellent job right there.
Two good scores, puts him at 135.5, so right now he is in third. Cooper Cook is from Victor, Idaho. He also rides for Team Idaho, and he is on riding Rowdy Red. Say that fast 5 times.
Yeah, Rowdy Red. He comes with Casperson Miniature Bucking Bulls, and he also got involved because his family's kind of involved in the rodeo. And let's see what Rowdy Red does here. Rowdy Red, he's like the bull we saw just a little bit ago. He didn't go very far, turned back. Here's where the bullfighters really need to get in. Look at that job. I tell you what, that's as good a job of bullfighting as you can get. He took the horn for that young man, and let's take a look at it as he in slow motion here, and he's got a good hold of him, and that's a hard thing to do when one doesn't have a lot of kick and turns back flat like that. Kind of drags you back on the end of your arm, and see how he's off away from which hand he is, and that's what caused the hang up there.
Yeah, they may be mini bulls, but they're still bulls, and they're dangerous. So Cook has a 130. And that puts him into fourth here at the end of this round. Fritzland has the high score with 73. He and Herrera tied for the top at 139.
As the saying goes, it takes a village. But we think there's more to it than that. At First Interstate Bank, we've come to realize that sometimes all it takes is a single person. A smile, a handshake, a tip of the hat, and the knowledge that you can count on them to be by your side. That things are going to be done and done right. Being a part of our community, it's bigger than banking. It's you and I together.
My name is Carson. Rodeo has become a very big part in my life. To win a rodeo, you've got to be really dedicated, so I have to stay in shape. I really like when you're getting done with a run, because sometimes you have the highs and your lows in rodeo, but when you do good, it's really a great feeling. Tobacco, in my opinion, doesn't belong in rodeo. I mean, you can look at all the statistics, and it's just been a damaging, destructive product. Tobacco doesn't take center stage, not in my rodeo.
This holiday, Ford, America's best-selling brand, is giving you more. It's the Ford Holiday Sales Event, featuring 0% financing for 60 months on the Built Ford Tough 2015 F-150 and Super Duty. That's big savings on the best-selling trucks for 38 years straight. Legendary toughness. It's the best gift ever. Now during the Ford Holiday Sales Event, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus no payments until March on F-150 or Super Duty. See your local Ford store today.
Yesterday in the Tiny Tots division, that's the 6 to 8-year-olds. Skeeter, this was the action.
Yeah, we started with 7 riders here, and they each get 2 head. These kids, it's their first step, and their next levels get to the junior level, and they sit up there and they ride. These bulls are just big old slow bulls, and it's a lot of fun for these little guys.
Here are your top 5 of the Tiny Tots. Remember those names because they may become future stars. How about this name, Rody Demers? Many rodeo fans will remember that last name.
Tell me about you.
I'm Rody.
Rody, what are you going to do?
Saddle bronc ride.
And how old are you, by the way?
6.
Oh, so you're a veteran of this. You've been doing this for a long time? Since, for how many years? 2 years? A year?
1 year.
1 year? Very cool. Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Dad.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Bronc. Hi, Bronc.
Look at this, folks. Little Shetland, and Rody just sits up there and makes a heck of a ride on him. I think we're going to see Rody. I believe next year he can get in the mini bull riding, and he'll be a future bull rider, I'm sure. Bronc rider, bareback rider. You know the Demers family, they'll be rodeoing.
Time now for the short round for the juniors. And first up, this is Spur Owens. 2 scored rides coming in.
Yeah, Spur's on Rudolph of the Casperson string. And you know, this is what he said in the interview. I want to get to the short round. I want to be the first Montanan, and to be the first Montanan to win the championship, you got to be here. So let's take a look at Rudolph and Spur. This bull, as you can see, a lot quicker, a lot faster, makes that left turn, and really gets with the buck. And Spur, no score, but boy, he gave a good try there.
Yeah, a lot more power in that bull, and you can see the kind of the look of dejection. Still, he got into that short round.
Yeah, and he's got several years more. He can still be the first Montanan.
So Hayden Welsh is up next. He is on Jungle Cat, coming into the finals here in second.
Yeah, Jungle Cat's out of the Howl string. You know, as we were talking about earlier, this pen of bulls are a little faster, a little quicker, probably more power, and so we'll see how Hayden does here. Wow, Hayden's really sitting nice, a lot of action. You can see the power jerking on him.
Great ride.
And yeah, really good ride. Looks like we're going to get a short round score.
Wow. He's loving it. He's got the crowd fired up as well. Oh, yeah. That is a fantastic ride. He drew a great bull, Steve.
Yeah, he really did. This Jungle Cat, you watch him jerk on him right here. Most guys would have been done, and he jerked his feet out of him, and he just went right back up and sat on him. You know, good things happen if you try real hard, and he tried really hard. And he should be excited. He'll be, you know, his dad was national finals. There it is, and I think you're going to see this young man at the national finals someday.
Well, he gets rewarded. It's a great score, and it's a 76, so that moves him into first place. We're now down to our final contestant. That's Derek Grant. So is Hayden Welsh going to win the saddle, or will it be Grant? And he comes in here with a great overall score. He had 3 clean rides.
Yeah, he did. He had 3 clean rides, and he really needs a good ride. He's got Charlie, the Hal Bucking Bulls, and this pretty good bull too. And let's see how Derek gets by him. And you can see good shoot procedures, sitting good. Wow. Oh, what a turn back. This bull gets him down on his head. You can kind of see he kind of straightens him out, gets him at the end of his arm, and then really kind of turns back underneath himself and jerks him down on his head.
Tough go in the short round for Derek Grant. Just a huge, powerful bull. So no score. There you look at your final standings. It is Hayden Welsh who wins this year's junior division. Grant has to settle for second place. And we got one more champion Skeeter to crown. That's in the senior division, and that's coming up next. One more champion to crown at the Northwest Miniature Bull Riding Finals. It's the senior division. First up is Connor Bender, and you can see his Skeeter. He needs a big score here in the short go.
You do, and this set of bulls ought to be pretty good. You saw what they were in the short round of the junior division. They were a step up. Now this is even a step up from them. And Connor's got the Freak Show from Howe Bull. This is a pretty good bull. He's, you know, they've taken what they've done is they've taken from the last couple rounds, they've taken the top bull scores, and those are the ones that they brought forward. And yeah, Connor needs a big score here. And Freak Show, he's usually a pretty good bull, but right here he's not turning back, and he's coming to the ground. There you see him stop. But he stopped just before the 8-second whistle. So you're going to see they're going to score him. They'll give him an option to re-ride. With him needing a big score, this is going to be and you see he's kind of, you know, I did what I could do. And
shrugging the shoulders, right? Yeah. So he's going to take that ride. He's not going to get a great score. Now we're looking at Colton Fritzland, tied for first, coming into the short go.
Yeah, Colton's on Tigger. Tigger's is one of Casperson's better bulls, and we'll see what Colton can get done. He, like I said, he's a past champion. He's been here before. He's currently tied for the lead. He'd like to get a second one. You see this bull really turn back quick there both ways, and he kind of gets in trouble here. You know, there's, like they say, you don't quit riding. If you're going to be a good bull rider, you don't quit riding until your head hits the ground, and he did there, and that bull got him off just at 7 seconds.
So here you go now, our final rider. If Herrera can last 8 seconds, he wins it all.
Yeah, Anthony's got Thunderstruck. This Thunderstruck was a top bull in the last 2 rounds. He had the best bull score, so we could see a huge score here.
But does his strategy change, knowing all he has to do is get 8 seconds?
Yeah, you know, any of these guys that are here, they want to be the champion. They don't want to share it with somebody. He's currently sitting, you know, he's shared. If he gets thrown off, they're going to tie for first, but he'd like to win this outright. This bull, again, he turns back right there, covers a lot of ground, and really throws a belly roll there and slings Anthony out of there. I'm sure he's not happy about it, but, you know, in the long run, they end up splitting it.
So there you go, Herrera and Fritzland coming into the short go tied. They both don't last the 8 seconds, but they're going to get the saddle. They're our winners. They tie for the championship.
Yeah, what an exciting couple days here we've had at the Northwest Miniature Bull Riding Finals. We end up with a tie at the top.
We'll be back to wrap things up right after this.
This holiday, Ford, America's best-selling brand, is giving you more. It's the Ford Holiday Sales Event, featuring 0% financing for 60 months on the Built Ford Tough 2015 F-150 and Super Duty. That's big savings on the best-selling trucks for 38 years straight. Legendary toughness. It's the best gift ever. Now during the Ford Holiday Sales Event, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus no payments until March on F-150 or Super Duty. See your local Ford store today.
What a great day of action at the Northwest Miniature Bull Riding Finals. Love the enthusiasm for these young athletes. Skeeter, your final thoughts.
Wow, what an impressive performance. I think in the future, folks, you need to look at and remember these names. We got Hayden Welch, Colton Fritzland, and Anthony Herrera. You're going to see them for years to come.
Yeah, they got some bright futures. For Skeeter, I'm Peter. We'll see you next time.